Hello, everyone, and welcome to the G1 Features podcast. I think this is episode 24 now, not counting the E3 special. It's been a while. It's took a bit longer than expected with recording the next episode. It's largely been, summer break has finally begun and people have been busy, but now you're finally here and ready and, going to do some stuff. As always, I'm Matt Hero, and with me as always is Gear. How are you doing, good sir?
I am unreasonably warm, and considering it's raining right now, that should not be possible.
Yeah, rain and sun, or rain and heat is not a particularly fun combination.
No, it's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's sunny over here. It's not great in terms of temperature, but it's fine. It's doable. But, yeah, how have you been doing, besides, being unreasonably warm?
I've been doing pretty well. I've had Chris over. She's here for like
That's
2
his
months.
girlfriend, by the way, people.
Yes. She's here for like 2 months, which is great.
It's pretty awesome.
I went out of town for a couple days, had a lot of fun there. Been drinking smoothies for breakfast, which is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, she got me onto that. It's pretty awesome, actually.
Cool.
You get so much fruit now, it's great.
Fruit is great.
Yeah. They're banana, blueberry, honey, and peanut butter.
You were right about the celery, and then you got to the peanut butter part.
Not a lot of peanut butter, it's for protein.
Even then. But anyway, have you been doing anything, Chris? Or have you been doing anything, or have you been playing any games recently, or just,
I haven't really been playing anything new. I did, I bought I bought a couple games. I tried out, I should say, a couple games from, during the summer sale.
Oh, yeah, Steam Summer Sale happened, of course.
Yeah, that I didn't, most of them I was just like, about.
I bought one game for the Steam Summer Sale, and that was for somebody else.
Yeah,
because, a Norwegian friend of mine, he gave me Grim Fandango Remastered, and I think another game with a skeleton in it, but I can't remember. And so I got him Beyond Good and Evil Remastered.
See,
So,
I tried out Stardew Valley.
Oh, yeah, that game that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, not really my thing, but I can understand why people do like it.
It's very Harvest Moon, and we haven't had a good Harvest Moon in forever.
It's actually, like, way more interesting than Harvest Moon.
Yeah, it has more of a plot and more stuff to do.
Yeah, I tried out the Turok remaster.
Uh-huh.
Which was, it's what you expect. I prefer the second one, personally.
The second one has a cerebral bore, right?
Yes.
Okay, that makes it automatically better.
Yeah, the weapon selection in Turok 1 is surprisingly down to earth considering how the series progresses.
Considering you're a Native American hunting dinosaurs.
Cyber dinosaurs.
Yeah, in the future.
And I eventually settled on my games for the summer sale being Bulletstorm.
Nice. Always a good one. Bulletstorm's really, really fun.
Yeah, and Divine Cybermancy.
I think I've heard of that game before, but I don't think I've ever played it.
I haven't played it yet, but I remember like reviews of it and stuff. It's kind of clunky. It's like an FPS with light RPG elements, and it's kind of clunky. But there's a lot of like cool hacking stuff that you can do to the point where like, oh, what did Jim Sterling say in his Steam review? Sometimes you can hack a door and it will hack you back.
Okay. It's very cyberpunky.
Yeah, you can try to hack a door and the door might hack you back. This game is a hot mess, but brilliantly demented with it.
Okay.
Good shit.
Okay. Well, I didn't get anything from the Steam Summer Sale, so instead I've been playing something on my Wii U, surprisingly enough.
Whoa!
I know, right? It's actually being used to play something. It's
not just a paperweight?
No, it's like, I think we can all agree that the Wii U doesn't have the best of year right now.
Well, this year, last year.
Well, last year had Splatoon and stuff.
It hasn't had a great lifetime.
It hasn't had a great lifetime, but, I mean, there's always some stuff here and there that make the Wii U a lot of fun. And this time I've been playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions. That's been
Right. Your Weeb game.
yes, the Weeb game, the Weeb game
To
for
end all
Weeb.
Weeb games.
Yeah, to end all Wii games. The game is so Japan. It is kind of nuts. But it's, yeah, I mean, with Persona 5 being delayed to, like, February 2017 here in the West, it's a very good fill-in, especially because I'm getting a very similar vibe to Persona 4, at least, sort of the more light tone that it has.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good, and it's just, like, if you're in it for Fire Emblem, I think you're gonna be really disappointed.
It's more a Persona game with Fire Emblem characters, I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, the Fire Emblem characters basically act like your persona. Like, Chrom is, the main protagonist, persona, or I think they're called Mirages here.
That would make sense.
Let's see, like, Tiki helps you, create weapons and more moves, and it's also, like, in-game, she's this sort of Hatsune Miku type of character in
Oh,
that.
God.
Well, I mean, like, she
Like an
herself
idol?
is just, well, the game is all idols, pretty much, but yeah, she, like, in-game, she's like a Vocaloid type of character in that world.
Ooh, awkward.
But, one is Tarja, Kane, and I haven't gone extremely far yet. I'm on chapter 4 now. But yeah, it's been a fun ride so far. I think that, like, there's been some, debate regarding the censored content in there. The vagina bones, if you will.
That is not what censorship means, like, at all.
Yeah. No, but there is a part that genuinely has, like, like, there's a level, like, in chapter 3, I believe, there's a level regarding photography and models, and they, like, I think in the Japanese version they wear, bikinis and all, more scantily clad. And here they look like, in this version, it's like they're in a JCPenney's, ad, like, just very regularly dressed with the t-shirt.
But they're also very young. Like, that was the thing.
They've been aged up as well. They're 18 in this version.
Which raises the question of why they weren't earlier. Because Japan has very different values, and they're a little bit gross.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on, how you were raised, and of course and the sensibilities that you have, but, yeah, it's a bit weird, but for the rest, so far, it doesn't really bother me all that much. It's just kind of like, okay, that's a little, weird how that works, but, yeah, for the rest, it's just a very fun JRPG. I do wish that its story isn't particularly interesting right now. It's not grabbing me. And I think something that could have been, a very interesting dilemma is solved in almost the first chapter. It's just like, okay, I kind of wish
maybe it'll come back. Who knows?
No, it's over and done with.
Oh,
so
awkward.
Yeah, but yeah, for the rest, it's fun. I can't deny that.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
But, yeah, and for the rest, I've been playing what I think most people have been playing because, or at least if you live in America and know your way around the App Store or Android. And that is Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it's been out for a few days now.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, like I think 4 days, 3 days or so, and I think we can safely say it has taken the world by storm.
Yes. It's bringing people together. It's being used as a tool for robberies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been an interesting, and I got the app today because it's not officially out yet in the Netherlands, and it was just kind of like, okay, how do I get this? And I had to create a new Apple ID, but I had to have a credit card for it, so I didn't go that far. So eventually I borrowed someone else's account in order to get the game.
I just downloaded the APK.
Yeah.
Because I have an Android phone and I'm smart like that.
It's all about preference, but yeah, I got it now. I went around for 2 hours, walking around, came across some people who I think were playing it as well. It sure seemed like it. But, yeah, it's not perfect so far, but what I have played of it is pretty impressive.
It runs a bit poorly on my phone, but that's probably more my phone's fault than anything else.
Yeah, the first time when I opened it and went out about it, it didn't it didn't want to get the Pokemon, so it just kind of I had these ripples and just, okay, what the hell is going on? Why can't I see any Pokemon? And then it turns out that I had to, turn the app off and just try again, and then everything was fine. But, yeah, since then I have caught plenty of Spearows.
I have a lot of Pidgeys and Weedles, mostly.
Yeah, I've got those too, but there's been a lot of Spearows for some reason.
It really depends on where you are. I know that there's a Sandshrew somewhere near here, but I haven't been able to find it yet.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of Pokemon that have been in my area that I've been trying to find, but I haven't gotten to yet. But I think mostly water types for some reason, like Magikarp, Goldeen, Slowpoke. And, let me think. Poliwag was there as well.
Nice.
Oh, God. I think I'm forgetting another one. Oh, Psyduck. Psyduck was also there.
Oh.
Okay, but those 5 I haven't been able to find yet in my area, but it's all been, all of that is about 5 minutes of walking from or at least, a good 20-minute walk away from my house, and that's all, which is not that far. And for the rest, I've caught a whole bunch of Spearows. I chose Bulbasaur as my starter because duh.
Me too.
Yeah. Let me think. You know what was annoying about the first time I started? Because the Pokemon didn't register and I couldn't find them, but one of the Pokemon that I saw that was somewhere in the neighborhood was Hitmonchan.
Oh!
And just kind of what? So
those are super rare, dude.
I know, apparently they are. So it's kind of aw, shit. And I had to close the app down, and then eventually when I opened it back up, it was nowhere to be seen. And that bummed me out. But, life did eventually when I got back home, went to get some lunch, but when I opened up Pokemon Go again, I saw that a Jolteon was nearby.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and so, just a few minute walk, and then I found it and caught it. So I have a Jolteon now.
I am very jealous.
Okay, so you don't have that.
No. I've spent maybe 20 minutes actually playing Pokemon, so
I've had about 1.5 hours, I believe, somewhere along those lines. Yeah.
So I haven't had a chance to really go out and make a genuine effort.
So what is you've been playing it then? So what do you think? And what Pokemon have you caught?
I have 3 Pidgeys, 2 Weedles, a Spearow, and a Bulbasaur. I think that's it.
Okay, so pretty general stuff.
Yeah, pretty low level, very basic stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I think I have one more, but I can't remember, and it takes forever to start up the app, so I can't be bothered to check.
Yeah, the app is it's still a little janky, and I think that they're very much still working on it.
Here's hoping. Apparently, it had massive server issues as well.
Yeah, they are still very much working. That's why, because it's not officially out yet here in Europe, that they delayed it, and apparently it will launch in a couple of days, but,
Cool.
Yeah, it's been, so many people have been already playing it, and just the amount of stories that have come out of it, it's been crazy. You mentioned people using it for armed robbery, which is not as fun.
No.
But, there's people hanging signs please don't catch Pokemon here. There's been people
Pokemon are for paying customers only.
Yeah, little boys and girls coming to asking people if they can come to their guards because apparently Pikachus or Rhydons are there. Everyone just coming together and finding having these huge parties with their mobile phones open and everyone just looking, and it's so weird. I don't think I've experienced anything like this since maybe the very first Pokemon, and that of course had the disadvantage of having to use a link cable and everything. I've never seen anything like this.
It's pretty interesting. It's pretty strange as well. I don't know. I haven't really spent enough time with it to say whether I like it or not. So who knows?
I like very much the idea behind it. I think the idea for it is very, very cool.
I wish there was some more explanations in game how it worked.
Yeah, that is my main issue with it as well. I'm just kind of like, okay, how does this work? How does this? Because the game doesn't really explain much.
And I hope that there's more content down the line, like beyond the Gen 1 Pokemon.
There is trading confirmed. Trading is coming soon in a future update. Because that's right now not a thing. And I think that, yeah, at some point there will be more Pokemon. I think that's more, it's gonna be, like right now they're just focusing on the original 150, and I'm okay with that. Then for the rest, yeah, who knows when we'll have all 700 Pokemon plus the new one from Sun and Moon. Because at some point it's gonna, like, I'm curious about this game's lifespan, because that is going to be the big thing. Because Miitomo dropped very, very fast.
Yeah, I don't really know anyone who's playing Miitomo anymore.
No. And Miitomo, there's not a lot to it. At some point, you're just kind of done, and then, you've no more questions. You really want to give Nintendo, and then, yeah, at that point, you're kind of done. But Pokemon Go, I can see, like, this is an app I can see people just opening up and just, might as well see what's going on, what's around here. But, there's also, of course, the issue is that this game is a massive battery hog.
Oh, yeah!
Like, I went out with my iPhone 6, it was 100% charged, and about 1.5 hour, 2 years, 2 hours later, it was at 30%.
Blimey.
Yeah, this game, it eats your battery alive. So, yeah, definitely, that's definitely a complaint of mine. And I understand why it's a battery on, because it uses the location, it uses 3G, it uses, all of that stuff in order to, get your map all together and, do that stuff. But yeah, I think what is there now is a very good sign for Nintendo and Niantic and the Pokemon Company getting it. Like, sort of like, because when it was presented at E3, it seemed kind of like, I don't know about this. And of course there was that, announcement trailer which made it look, way bigger than it actually, is, but I'm starting to believe that is actually a possibility now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, they get, and I wasn't one of those people that played Ingress, so I never really understood the AR game behind it all, but yeah, I think this is, really impressive, and Nintendo's stock has risen immensely after this game came out.
I think like 24%?
Something along those lines. They were worth $20 billion, and I think they're worth like $29 billion now.
Blimey.
It's gone up crazy. But, yeah, again, we'll see how it goes with, lifespan and how it will grow when the game is officially out here, and as well as, the staying power that it has.
Mm.
But so far I've been really, really impressed.
Yeah.
I think after we're done, I might as well go out and, see if I can find Pokemon in another area.
Yeah, the weather's a bit shit for me, so I might wait a bit. I know I'm going to the hairdresser later this week, so I'll probably see if I can catch some Pokemon on the way.
Yeah, I mean, you can also just, I'm not sure, does Kristen have the app, or,
Yeah, she does.
Okay, so you can go together and find Pokemon,
Except she can't access the internet, in this country.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because she just has an Albertine prepaid card for calling and texting.
Yeah, that's, I don't think that'll support Pokemon Go.
No, so it's a bit impossible for her.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But I think
when
this game is...
when she gets back to Australia, she's probably definitely going to have a chance.
Yeah, and I think it's also fun. Like right now, I don't have any friends that have the game yet, or are like it's vacation period, so everyone's out of the country. But yeah,
Getting
at some
those
point,
international Pokemon.
we'll come together and have a good time and go hunting together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's enough about Pokemon Go. We had it on our news dockets, but I think we've kind of gotten into just sort of the
Yeah,
huge.
we've covered it.
Yeah, we've covered it, and I think it's fun to have our own experience behind it, even if it's just a couple of hours and 20 minutes. It still gives us a nice background and sort of just understanding of the game. Because otherwise, I really could just look at the videos and still go like, I don't really get it. It's fun to actually experience it.
And it's free.
So, do you want to get moving on to the news then and see what's else on the docket?
We have a number of things to talk about. One of them is huge.
Oh yeah, one of them is really, really huge. But as always, I'll just list them, and then we can go through the topics and then see what we want to cover. One of them is not particularly big, but it's there anyway. Team Fortress 2, Evolve, Deep Silver, and Counter-Strike.
Let's talk about Deep Silver first, then Evolve, then TF2, then Counter-Strike.
Sure. Okay. Deep Silver's now Atlas' partner when it comes to Europe. One of the first games they announced was, in fact, Persona 5. So that's coming out in Europe now.
Here's hoping they don't meddle too much with the games.
I don't think they will.
I hope they're just distributing it, right?
It seems like they are, yeah. Seems like they're just...
Deep Silver has a very sketchy history.
Oh yeah, they are definitely not... besides maybe Saints Row, they're really just not that great of a game studio yet.
No, I mean, they did, the Dead Island games?
Dead Island, Homefront: The Revolution, is there...
Ride to Hell Retribution.
Yes, that's them.
That came out, inexplicably.
Yeah. But, besides that, it's been, I'm not expecting Deep Silvers to do a whole lot besides just, give it to me. I need it. I need it.
And I mean, hey, let's hope this finally puts the Atlas Hates Europe jokes to rest.
Because... they had to deal with, Nipponichi Software, but then that, turned sour, so who knows what happens.
Here's hoping we can just get all the sweet, sweet Atlas games in Europe. Even if it takes longer, we just need them.
Exactly. I just hate that this takes so much longer than it has to. And I still have, the big fancy, collector's edition of Persona 5 pre-ordered on Amazon. The US. So I'll pay that plus shipping, but, hey, if you get that version on the German Amazon, I'd be totally okay with that, Deep Silver. Certainly my wallet will be, but, yeah. Moving on is Evolve, and you're probably wondering, why are we talking about Evolve in 2016?
I know, right?
Evolve came out in, I think it was January 2015?
Yeah, it's been out for a long time.
It's been out for a while, and when it came out, it was going to be the next big thing. It was the people behind Left 4 Dead, making a new game, new IP. It was very cool, got a lot of awards at E3.
It had so many pre-order bonuses.
So many pre-order bonuses. I think the first announcement was something related to its DLC.
Yeah, pre-order this, pre-order Evolve, and get the DLC, and it's just we don't know what the game is yet.
Yeah. It was supposed to be this very, very big deal, and then it just kind of wasn't.
No, the problem was there was too much content locked behind paywalls, on top of the already premium price. It just it had a week or two of activity before nobody played it anymore. It was even Titanfall lasted longer than Evolve did.
Yeah. Yeah, it declined very significantly when the game eventually came out and just sort of there was nothing real, no one was playing it anymore. It just died very, very quickly. Like you said, Titanfall, it just lost its player base and eventually a few thousand remain, and that's about it. So 2K and Turtle Rock looked at the situation, and the game is free to play now.
Like, already?
Yeah, it's already out.
Oh.
And you want to know how much its player base went up?
Do tell.
Hold on to your butts.
4 people.
No. It
Oh.
of 157 before it went free to play. When the game went free to play, 25,167. That is an increase of 15,930%.
I mean, that shows there was genuine interest in the game, that just because of all the money shit, wasn't able to access it.
Yeah, it's like I was interested in the game because I love asynchronous multiplayer. I think that's a really, really cool idea.
I think it's a really cool idea, but I don't like online multiplayer games, so I'm not going to play it.
Well, I mean, you can always play with friends, but
I don't have friends.
No. But anyway, like this game, it's out now, free to play. So if you've always been curious about if you wanted to go and get it, now it's the perfect opportunity, pretty much.
Yeah.
People are actually playing it now, and I'm not sure like how much stuff is behind like a paywall or whatnot in terms of content. But at least now you can actually, you have other people to enjoy it with. Okay, now we get to the two bigger stories, and like we mentioned, Team Fortress 2, and I think that's more in your, like you've been more into that story than I have.
Well, I know a couple things about it.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, just tell me because I didn't.
No. Long story short, TF2 recently had a massive update that changed a number of things about the game. It added a more competitive mode. There's ranked 6v6 now. They've changed the server setup to sort of incentivize people playing on the official servers rather than player-hosted servers that are just for funsies. And they've added a leveling system. And if all of this sounds familiar, it's because Overwatch has all of these things.
I was about to mention it. It's going very, very heavily after that Overwatch crowd.
Which, it does change the feel of the game somewhat. Because, like, for some people, TF2 is just a place where you can hang out with your friends, you know? Like, it's almost like a bar where everyone knows your name.
Yeah, but I mean, is it fixed that you can't, like, it's that way now and it's not a possible,
It's just less that now.
I see. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I can totally get it. Like they, like Overwatch has just taken the world by storm, so I can totally understand why they want to go after that market a bit. But it seems like TF2 is its own thing, and then there is Overwatch. But I'm not sure how much Overwatch has bitten into, TF2's market.
I think quite significantly. I think
so
numbers.
too. Yeah.
It's. I mean, I have a friend who's playing the hell out of Overwatch, and I mean, it's again. We've talked about this before. It looks like a fantastic game. It's just not what I want to play. It's not the kind of game that I would enjoy.
What, Overwatch or?
Yeah, Overwatch.
I mean, I like I've only played the beta of Overwatch and I really enjoyed it. I haven't gotten the actual game yet, and I will at some point, but I'm not in a rush to get it. But I mean that TF2 is free, so I mean that it's doing all of that now is also a pretty significant.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, we'll see how much effect. Like TF2 is almost 10 years old now, which is pretty nuts to think about. But yeah, at some point something has to challenge its crown, and it seems like that's Blizzard and Overwatch.
I mean, Blizzard's really good at that, of taking an existing formula, putting their own spin on it, and really refining it. And I'm taking this admittedly from the Errant Signal video that came out today, called Errant Signal Social Spaces and Payload Races. It's very good, and I'm going to be sort of paraphrasing it. Like, Blizzard, they took the formula of Magic the Gathering, simplified it, made Hearthstone. They
Yeah.
took the formula of Dune 2, simplified it, refined it, made Warcraft. They took EverQuest, made World of Warcraft. You know, they know their stuff. And now they've taken Team TF2 and turned it into Overwatch.
It does seem funny because it seems like Valve and Blizzard are in a constant dick measuring contest because they've got dueling MOBAs with Heroes of the Storm and Dota.
Yeah.
They've got now competitive shooters with Overwatch and
TF2.
TF2. Does Valve have a card game or?
They and they don't have an RTS either.
Okay, but it does seem like those two are
or an MMO.
Yeah. But it does seem like those two definitely are in combat with one another.
A little bit, yeah.
But anyway, there's another game Valve does, and that one has a little bit of controversy going on.
Oh boy! Nice segue, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I've worked on it, but where to start?
So Counter-Strike Go gambling is a thing that I wasn't aware of before this story broke.
I think I was aware of it. I wasn't aware of how huge it was. And that's maybe a bit of a surprise, but I don't know, for some reason it just kind of shocked me, just like how huge it was. But then again, like I've dabbled in the Pokemon community and I see so many people with so large amount of subscribers in the community, and like Pokemon, I mean, it's pretty big, but like, I think Counter-Strike in that sense is much more modern and much bigger in that sense. And, the Call of Duty scene is also so super huge.
Yeah.
But, I think, like, there's a lot of videos that you can go and watch to sort of explain the situation. There's Honor the Call, who broke the story.
H3 Productions.
H3 is the one that definitely, like, shone the biggest light on it. There's Jim Sterling as well. Total Biscuit talks about it. Everyone just sort of had their opinion on, but
there's nothing much we can add. Let's just say here.
No,
there is one thing that I would like to mention that sort of gets left out of this discussion, but that's about it.
Okay. The general consensus is you've probably heard it by now. There's two popular YouTubers, mostly known in the Call of Duty and Counter-Strike scene, known as T Martin and Pro Syndicate.
Yup.
And they've done some gambling. Videos on a site called CS GO Lotto, where they show off just how much they're winning, like through skins, because that's what they're betting. It's skins that have certain value attached to them based on how rare they are, and it showed them winning, winning extremely rare skins, super happy about it, yada yada yada. Then it turns out that they freaking owned a damn site.
Yeah, they were the founders. T Martin is like he
CEO.
Signed the papers and everything.
Yeah. Pro Syndicate is the vice president. I think there's another YouTuber that I forgot the name of, but he's also involved. But yeah, since then, that story broke out, so that they owned the site, and with that this hasn't been proven yet, but they could most definitely affect the results of what is going on.
It would be quite easy to do that in the back end of the site, which, as the owners of it, they would have access to.
Yeah. And then the story just became bigger by the fact that, especially T Martin is the biggest fucking idiot.
Yeah, he did a lot of backpedaling that just revealed more things. Like, he said that it was always public record that he was the founder of the site, even though in the first video he made it sound like he just stumbled across it randomly, and they offered him a brand deal that he was considering.
That happens. And yeah, that did not work out. Then he made a sorry video, like how sorry he is with his cute dog, and
Started off with his dog. His large, expensive car is conspicuously in the background.
His pretty much his mansion and all. Just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry you feel betrayed, or all of it came off very disingenuous.
Yes, I'm sorry if you feel offended by the fact that I was unethical.
But yeah, since then they've shut up. Largely, it seems they finally seem to realize, like, okay, this isn't helping. We might as well not say anything.
I bet Pro Syndicate is loving the fact that T. Martin is like getting all the shit pulled towards him.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Pro Syndicate doesn't have to do anything. T. Martin is just digging himself into a deeper and deeper hole.
Yeah. But what is now going on is, like, basically there's a case being developed right now. I think, like, there's a lawyer that works in esports, Ryan Morrison, who has said very publicly on podcasts on ESPN and just talks with the Ryan Lewis show, pretty much that they are pretty much guaranteed jail time with how this is right now going.
Awkward.
Because, I mean, this is such a juicy story in that it's getting kids to gamble, like underground gambling ring for kids.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, that's how you can spin it, and that's
basically what it is. They were showing kids how awesome it is to gamble.
Yeah, with very limited, basically all you have to do, there was a little ticket that was it in terms of, how you can go and enter the site. And I mean, there's so many strict gambling laws in order to make a gambling site. So then,
and this was a loophole, because they're not gambling for money, but they are gambling for things that are worth money.
Yeah.
And that was the loophole they exploited.
Yeah. And it's, going to be interesting what the aftermath of it all is, because, again, right now, I think Pokemon Go especially has made the story a lot quieter, but I think there's the gears are turning, and everyone is,
It's a very developing story. And one thing I would like to mention, and this is what I talked about earlier, is that T. Martin being scum doesn't surprise me. Because he has a history of allegations. I will say they're allegations, but there is an amount of research behind them. That he's been making undisclosed, doing undisclosed promotion for Activision. As in for their Call of Duty games. Because, gosh, he gets to upload the trailers to his YouTube channel and they don't get taken down or flagged for copyright. How awkward and convenient. For example.
I think there was a very similar story with Pro Syndicate, who talked about a game, I think it was like a horror game.
Yeah, and that he turned out to be one of the co-owners of it.
Yeah. That's what happens, and it's basically
scum people being scum.
Yeah, and it's going to be so interesting how this develops, especially in terms of YouTube, and of course, disclosure was such a big thing when I don't even want to mention, but yeah, disclosure became a big thing, and then. And now, this is pretty much the ultimate disclosure of, hey, I own this website. But that's you guys are gambling on. But, I am not telling that I own it. And it's just, oh, God.
Oh, should I have mentioned that? How awkward. Yes, you should have. That is literally how that works.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I can't, I can't pretend that I'm in this scene and I'm not sure, how it's going, what is going on there, but I can imagine many people being angry and disappointed in what's going on.
Yeah, I've dipped my toe into the Call of Duty community for the past couple of years, and that's why I can say that T. Martin being scum doesn't surprise me at all, because he has a history. But yeah, both of them getting jail time. That's gonna be interesting, because they both have very, very adamant defenders.
Yeah. And I think that's largely fans being fans being angry and all that stuff. And I can understand, these are very young kids that don't understand what exactly is going on. But, and I mean, you just have to take it that way. Who are devastated that this is happening, that they've been lied to and all that, and I've been that way, like, it's all about hero worship. So don't take much, yeah, it's right now more in the background. We've missed kind of the point where it was the big thing, but, it's going to be one interesting journey to see how this is going to develop.
Yep.
And I wonder how Valve is going to be involved with it, like how,
why that they've allowed these sites to have access to Steam accounts.
Yes, exactly, and just
that is something I'm eagerly awaiting a statement on from Valve.
Because Valve has been very hands off in terms of what's going on with Steam, pretty much. Because I mean, you need to look no further than Steam Greenlight to see that they don't really care. Yeah. No. So, but at this stage, like when kids gamble money on these skins, that's an issue for them. That's not exactly something that they can can just brush off and go, oh shit, we should probably do something about that.
Yeah, probably.
And I feel like very much the WoW, and you know how YouTube is going to be affected. It's this could have a lot of big impacts.
Yeah, things are going to be changing, and they're going to be changing soon for the better, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think it's going to change for ultimately the better, but it's a developing story, so we have to wait and see.
Yes.
Okay, so after that, do you maybe want to move on to some video game coming out soon?
I mean, there's like 3.
Yeah.
But one of them's very exciting for me.
Yeah, one of them is... I don't think any of them are super exciting.
I will fight you.
You know my relationship with this franchise, but yeah, we'll just get to it, because July's a bit of a dead zone for some reason. It's just, I don't know why, it's not that...
Probably no big because the new WoW expansion is coming out next month, and nobody wants to fight that.
That's next month.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's WoW. I mean, WoW isn't the big powerhouse that it once was.
Still, though, also Mankind, also Deus Ex is coming out next month. And
that's again, next month. But I'm talking about July. July is a dead zone.
Because everything's coming out next month.
Okay, fair enough. But, first game is an interesting one. It's Song of the Deep.
I had never heard of this game before.
I've heard of it, I think it was mentioned briefly before, but this is an indie Metroidvania game from Insomniac.
Huh.
Yeah. Insomniac doing a little indie game, so that's something new.
Also, apparently GameStop is releasing physical copies.
Yeah, that's the second interesting thing about it, is that GameStop is pretty much the publisher for it. Which is, and I mean, it has a beautiful art style. I'll give it that. And I'm always in the mood for a new Metroidvania game.
Did you ever play that one that came out last year?
Axiom Verge?
Axiom Verge, yeah.
I have it on my Vita, but I haven't played it yet. It came out this year on Vita.
Okay. I've heard it's quite good.
I've heard it's really, really good, but I haven't had the chance yet. And I mean, I love the underwater art style that it has going on with this game. So, yeah, definitely one to look forward to if you're interested in a Metroidvania game. Mm-hmm. Then we've got, well, why don't you take it away, because this is the game that you're most hyped about.
Monster Hunter Generations. I am such a huge Monster Hunter fan. I love Monster Hunter so much. And the trailers have been showing, new types of weapons and... new combat styles. There's aerial combat. There's more agile combat. It looks so much fun. It looks so fun, and it's coming out in 4 days at time of recording, and I'm so excited. I am 100% going to buy it.
Yeah, can you tell me maybe for someone for a scrub like me, what exactly is different about it from other Monster Hunter games?
Uh, I think there's more. I think the main big thing is going to be mechanical variety. Like
Uh-huh.
especially in Monster Hunter 4 and 3, I haven't played the other ones. You really had three kind of combat styles. You had ranged combat, you had support, and you had melee combat. And what weapon you chose kind of determined how exactly you would play that. Some of them were like big heavy hitters, some of them were small fast hitters. But now there's just more weapon classes, more play styles. Um, there's a bunch of new monsters, of course. Uh, it's just more Monster Hunter. They've added more to it. It's still at its core, it's still Monster Hunter. So if you don't like Monster Hunter, you're probably not gonna like this. But for Monster Hunter fans like myself, I'm very excited. It looks great.
All right. That's good. I mean, Monster Hunter, I've established, is not a franchise for me. It's just not something I can get in for whatever reason. But I'm glad that you're excited for it and that you're going to get it.
Oh yeah,
It's
100%.
it's easily the biggest game that is coming out.
Soon.
Yeah, soon. And then the other game is I Am Setsuna. This is a game that had a. I think it started it was talked about like in 2014, and what this is very much sort of Square Enix return to Chrono Trigger, almost, not quite for some, but it very much follows the Bravely Default route and sort of like, oh, you want your classic RPG style, huh? Well, here you go. And that's
Because after Bravely Default came out, Square Enix realized, hey, wait, this makes money?
yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
Such a surprise.
Yeah, and they've mentioned very much that Chrono Trigger is the big inspiration for it, as well as the old school Final Fantasies. But that, of course, and I mean, it looks neat so far. It's coming to PS4, Vita, and PC. And oh
We need
wait,
more of that. JRPGs coming out for PC.
yeah, there's no. I don't think the Vita version is coming to the North America. No, it's not. It's not coming to the US and Europe. So
Awkward.
that's a bummer because I would have loved to have it on my Vita.
Maybe they actually like the Vita in Japan. Who
The
knows?
Vita does fine in Japan. It's not great, but I mean, like from what I've seen so far, it looks neat. I'm not sure if this is a full price game because I don't think I would pay that much for it. But I do think that this has a fun, especially in art style, it reminds me of Bravely Default a lot.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's not much I can say about it. I am curious because I'm always in the mood for a good JRPG. I'm playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions now, for God's sake. But and I mean, they have airships. Airships are always fun.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I do think I love that classic RPG style.
Oh, sweet. It's made in Unity.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's neat. You can do good stuff with Unity, folks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's about it. There's again not a lot of games coming out.
Yeah, because next month is packed.
Next month is packed, and
There's No Man's Sky. There's a new Tales game.
Deus Ex.
There's Deus Ex. Another King of Fighters.
Prime Federation Force.
And the new World of Warcraft expansion. So,
yeah. Okay, now we come to questions, but I've got a plot twist for you.
Okay.
In that, we don't have a question from other people, so I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
I know, right? But, okay. So, say, you got invited by the Pope.
Oh my god.
And you had to give him a present. And that present had to be a video game.
You monster.
What would it be?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I wish you had told me before this, because this is a really hard question.
This is all. In case you don't know, this is a reference to what MatPat went through, because MatPat, along with a bunch of other YouTubers, got invited by the Pope. Yes, really, that happens.
Yeah.
And
he was the only one among them that I actually recognized, for the record.
No, I had no idea who the other people were, but I'm sure they are famous in their field.
Circles, yeah.
Yeah. And he gave the Pope Undertale. And, he had a big explanation regarding how Undertale got people talking about peace and friendship and all that stuff. And it's kind of like,
I couldn't finish watching that video. I was cringing too hard.
Yeah, that's me with most recent MatPat episodes. But, yeah, it's just kind of like, I mean, he mentions it in the video that the Pope is probably not going to play it, and fair enough. And I mean, even then, Undertale is so rooted in sort of its gaming culture and sort of its internet culture that I don't think a non-gamer would get it.
No. 100%.
It would very much be lost in translation. But, so I was wondering, it got me thinking, like, what game would you give to the Pope? To His Holiness?
Off the top of my head, Thomas Was Alone.
Thomas Was Alone, okay. And why would you give him Thomas Was Alone?
Because I think it's a great example of narrative storytelling, but also combined with very simple but understandable gamey mechanics. It's just a platformer, right? Everyone, you get platformers, you jump and solve puzzles, that's all there is to it. But the narration, the story, I mean, the second half of it's a bit, well, not the second half, but the second act of it's a bit iffy. But it's great, it's a great character study, it didn't make me cry, which a lot of people said it did, but it's easy enough for a layman to understand, for a non-gaming, for someone who's not experienced at all with video games to understand, but the story and characters are enthralling enough that I think that most people will just like it.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's a great example of the medium being used as as narrative, not just shooty bang bang.
Yeah. Because I went very much in that route as well. I did, I've put some thought into it.
Yeah, cheater.
Sorry, but, yeah, I mean, you want to give something that a non-gamer, and something that, promotes peace, something that is all, that is more touchy, that is more feely than, shooty bang bang. Because, I would have given him Doom. Probably. I think he could dig it.
I think he would consider it sacrilegious, personally.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, I was thinking, Gone Home, but...
No, but that was one of the games that I was thinking about, Gone Home, to actually give him. And I mean, with Gone Home's theme, it's understandable why it might be a little apprehensive towards giving it, but then again, Mr. Pope Francis has been one of the more progressive popes around.
Another one I was seriously considering, boy, I really had to stop myself from saying that one, but Assassin's Creed 2.
I think he'd be impressed with. I think that'd be a game he'd be interested in watching rather than actually playing.
But I mean, you fight the Pope in that game.
Yeah, that is true.
You fist fight the Pope. I don't think he'd appreciate that.
No, that would go a little bit too far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with Pokemon. No, I don't think I would have given him Pokemon Go. Though it'd be interesting. What Pokemon would be in the Vatican? Arceus, maybe?
Mr. Mime?
But, no. I think Journey might have been interesting to give.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something, also promotes cooperation with someone you don't know. Yeah, Journey is one that I would definitely, consider with, with its it doesn't use any dialogue, it's, promotes cooperation, it's a beautiful game, it's
so beautiful.
it's ultimately, it tells a beautiful story through very little through very little words, and I think,
Man, I still need to play Journey.
yeah. Let me think. What else? To the Moon is also really good
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
I was also thinking maybe The Witness. I think he'd like a good puzzler.
I don't know. I don't know him as a person, so I don't know exactly whether the Pope would like puzzle games.
I don't know either, but and another one I had in mind, especially with all peace and happiness and all that good stuff, is Animal Crossing.
Ah, yeah. Dude, no. Fucking Stardew Valley. Go ham.
Okay, go indie and just pick Stardew Valley, or
Yeah, dude, Stardew Valley's great.
fair enough. But I mean, like there was some other things I heard mentioned with people like Shadow of the Colossus was an obvious mention, like and I'm just like, no. Like Shadow of the Colossus is a great, beautiful game. Like I'm not gonna deny that, but
We
I
also have
would,
to keep in mind that the Pope is an old man.
yeah, we have to
Probably
keep in mind
his
that
reaction time leaves some to be desired.
it's not a game I give to first time players.
No, no way.
No, that's just like you want to give something simple. You want to give something with emotion, and give something that can represent games as like this is art.
Dun dun dun.
And I feel like Journey or Gone Home, that kind of stuff, is the right. Not Undertale, as much as I love that game.
It's a fantastic game, but not for the Pope.
No. No. Undertale's not for the Pope, people. Anyways, I think with that, we've got everything wrapped up.
Yeah, we can call that a wrap.
Yeah. So, where can they find you with you and your good games writing and everything?
You can find me on Twitter at Gear12_Turbo, which is fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That was,
Yeah, I didn't
short
know
but
where I was
sweet.
going with that.
Short but sweet. Yeah, you can find me at the Matt Hero on Twitter. I am, if you somehow are in the Netherlands, you have Pokemon Go, and you are somewhere in the neighborhood, I am IRL Slowbro. Yeah, like, so much of my nicknames were taken already, so I just got like, you know what? I might as well do something with this. But, so you can find me, there if you're somehow in the neighborhood. Go on Screw Attack or Rooster Teeth and find G1 features there. We post all of our content there. And we hope that you have a very good day hunting Pokemon. I am going to go and find a Psyduck, a Slowpoke, or maybe that Hitmonchan that has eluded me.
Alright, so bye, good luck.
Yeah, thank you. I am gonna catch some stuff, and I hope I hope it will work. Okay, later.
Bye.